Hi, this is Shuangshuang. Could you please introduce yourself to my classmates and my professor?
Hi, I'm Shuangshuang Cai. I'm from CLD program in Educational Psychology Department.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a first year doctor student here.
Uh-huh. So, uh, she is my guest uh, for the guest presentation, and she is a novelist, right?
Yeah, you can say so. I'm an amateur novel writer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you please introduce your works for them?
Yeah, of course. So I wrote when I was in 2013. I wrote my first novel. It was called the title of the novel was Go Big Red. So I wrote about some like the lives of Chinese international students. And my second novel was written from 2014 to 2015. It was a fantasy novel. Something about magic, knights. So it's really interesting.
Okay. So let's start our interview. Yeah. So my first question is, in your family, is there any people who is a writer?
No.
Okay. So do they have any influence on your writing? I mean, encouragement or other aspects?
Yeah, my father was a Chinese language teacher. He has many books, of course, many novels. So I read a lot when I was a child.
What kinds of books do you like?
I like lots of books, especially novels. When I was a child, I loved reading a book named The Romance of Three Kingdoms. It was one of the four greatest novel in ancient China.
Okay, I know that. I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah, it was really long.
Yeah,
Millions of characters.
yeah. So, do you have do you have favorite writers?
Yeah, I have lots of favorite writers. I love one of the favorite writer is named Mao.
Do they have any does his or their writing styles have a special influence on your writing?
Yes, one of my favorite writer is Mao Ni, and he's really good at trying different genres of novels. Some of the novel is science fiction. Some of them are fantasy. Fantasy novels, and some of them are romance novels. His book really encouraged me to try different genres of novels.
Okay. Do you analyze other writers' works?
Yes. One of my writer whose name was the Fresh Orange. She was really good writer. Her book was once recomposed to a TV series and was really popular in China.
I watch it.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Yeah, it's a funny book. Yeah, and she asked me to read other people's work and asked me to analyze them. What's the advantage of this scene? What's the disadvantage of the scenarios?
Okay, so yeah.所以我们也说了你的作家你的 mentor，
对，是。
Good. When did you start to write?
I started my writing when I think it's when I was 23.
Okay.
Wait, 24.
Woman's age is a secret.
Yeah.
So, do you have any special practice or training of writing before?
No, but when I wrote my first novel, I found a good mentor, and she taught me a lot. Actually, I grew a lot when I wrote my first novel. It's really in Chinese website novel writing system. It was very interesting. You can show it on the screen.
Okay.
Here, I can show you. So this is a website. When I click into these pages, you can read these books by clicking reading. And it was written chapter by chapter.
找到没有？
应该是找到了。Yeah. Okay. So my first book, the statistic was like here. My first book name was Go Big Red, and it was written for 344,000 characters, but only 36,000 visits for this book. But when I wrote my second novel, there are also 312,000 characters, but there are almost the same amount of the visit for this book. So I think 没找到。Yeah.
一直没找到。
Yeah， 刚才没找到，没事。Yeah, it's okay. Okay, 可以了。
Okay. So
I think I made great progress when learning how to write. Okay.
I know you have an editor. What's the relationship between you and him or her?
He.
Or him?
And so my editor was a point. After I signed the contract with the website, I will be appointed to editor. The editor will read my novel, but they will not make suggestions about how to. They were not experts on writing. They were just expert on marketing, actually. They will ask us to make changes to adapt to the reader's favors. Sometimes that makes us really annoying, but that's good for selling the book.
I know that many writers hate editors.
Yeah. But they sometimes really need to listen to the editor, because editor do know what readers like.
Yeah. It's true. Next question. Do you have any plan of writing? I mean, when do you write? Every day?
Oh, I don't have any writing plan currently. I did write like 2,000 to 3,000 characters per day when I start my writing, and usually it takes a mean of 3 hours to write, with a standard deviation of 2 hours.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
I can even write 800 characters. Next question. Where do you write? I mean, what kinds of environment of writing?
Okay, I wrote just in my room with my laptop. And there are really special softwares developed to regulate writers' writing. The name of the software was Little Black Room. When you go to the Little Black Room, you can only write and set up objectives objectives of the writing, like how many characters you need to write in these 2 hours or 3 hours. Yeah.
I use it, but I gave up.
How you get out of the little black room?
Just
Get rid of your computer?
yeah.
Okay, you must have several computers.
So okay. Where do your inspirations come from?
When I wrote my first novel, which was based on real life, I usually hang out with my friends a lot and ask them to tell me the stories of themselves. So I collected a lot of stories, and my novel was mostly based on their story and my experiences. But when I wrote my second novel, which was a fantasy novel, I usually use my imaginations.
That's cool. I don't have any imaginations.
No, you have.
So when you get inspiration, what do you do about them?
Okay, I usually wrote it down in the laptop Word document, but sometimes I was out, not at my room, not in my room or not in front of a computer. I just write it down in my iPhone.
Okay, the notes.
Yeah, the notes.
So 我忘记问什么了。哎呀，我刚才想到的，是忘记了。I read many interview reports from different writers. They have a habit to observe people on the street. Do you have this special habit?
This happened a lot when I was in college. At that time, I met a really interesting psychologist who was really interested in emotion development. So he was also several readable academic book in China about emotions. So when learning from him, I learned how to interpret emotions from body language, nonverbal communication, and facial expressions. At that time, I was obsessed in observing people in the subways. But after a while, I found it's really strange because people will think I'm a weird person. So I gave up that habit.
Yeah, if you always stare at their face.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
What's the motivations of your writing? I mean, I read many interview records of famous writers. Some of them think they write for searching for self, or expressing themselves, or for the social justice. What about you?
I think at first I wrote a novel because I want to express myself. But after I wrote more and more chapters, more and more readers will come and make comments, critiques, or encouragement on myself. So these are all, no matter they are encouragement or critique, I think they are all helps me improve my writing and also encourage me to write more. And I can show you. You can use this. I can show you my. 可以看一下. Yeah. So this is the website for my novel. 找得到. Yeah.
Okay.
And these are all comments on my writing. Some of them wrote a lot, like this. like this. 看见吗? Yeah, like this. And some of them are really like short comments, like really lot. So it's really helpful for me, and it's really good encouragement. Also, yeah.
Great.
And
great.
also, my parents and my peers also gave me a lot of courage.
And your mentors.
Yeah, and my mentors.
Could you please introduce some writing skills or techniques for us?
Yes. First, I think psychology helps with writings a lot. For example, the attachment theory helps me to shape up a character. In the Big Bang Theory, a well-known TV show, Leonard was raised by a really weird psychologist who did experiment on him, and the parent-child relationship was actually not secure attachment. But after he grew up, he was actually the one who can tolerate Sheldon, who was really similar to his mother.
Yeah.
So I think if the Big Bang Theory was a novel, it was a really good novel because no one was everyone was the no I mean everyone was the figure of the whole life. No one has his characters and 从中间截一下，到 Big Bang Theory 讲完了之后，怎么说来着？怎么说？每个人都是就是不是凭空出生的，凭空发生的什么
？They are not from empathy.
Yeah, empathy 吧。
虚无嘛。
虚无怎么说？看一下。
Nowhere.
Oh yeah, yeah. So nobody was from nowhere. Nobody was from nowhere, and each one's character can trace back to their childhood life. I think if the Big Bang Theory was a novel, it would be a good novel. And in addition, I think the study of emotions really helps novel writing. For example, when I want to wrote about fear.
What's the motivations of your writing? I mean, I read many interview records of famous writers. Some of them think they write for searching for self, or expressing themselves, or for the social justice. What about you?
I think at first I wrote a novel because I want to express myself. But after I wrote more and more chapters, more and more readers will come and make comments, critiques, or encouragement on myself. So these are all, no matter they are encouragement or critique, I think they are all helps me improve my writing and also encourage me to write more. And I can show you. You can use this. I can show you my. 可以看一下. Yeah. So this is the website for my novel. 找得到. Yeah. Okay. And these are all comments on my writing. Some of them wrote a lot, like this, like this. 看见吗? Yeah, like this. And some of them are really like short comments, like really lot. So it's really helpful for me, and it's really good encouragement. Also, yeah.
Great.
And
great.
also, my parents and my peers also gave me a lot of courage.
And your mentors.
Yeah, and my mentors.
Could you please introduce some writing skills or techniques for us?
Yes. First, I think psychology helps with writings a lot. For example, the attachment theory helps me to shape up a character. In the Big Bang Theory, a well-known TV show, Leonard was raised by a really weird psychologist who did experiment on him, and the parent-child relationship was actually not secure attachment. But after he grew up, he was actually the one who can tolerate Sheldon, who was really similar to his mother.
Yeah.
So I will not just wrote, oh, the man was really fearful. I will wrote about the facial expression of them, or the state of freeze of them. But and to use this body language and the facial expressions, it will more vividly express the person. Another helpful way to help with my novel writing was watching movies.
Yeah. Sorry.
Every movie has its own reason. It was like some when the scene come to really smooth, it would have a really pitch. It would reach a pitch and then go down and then smoothly and then go up.
Oh.
So this helps me to control the rhythm of the novel writing.
Oh yeah, this is the first time I heard about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have any question? If you have any question, just email me.
And me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
其实
you.